Middle East North Africa update, November 16th, 2023. President Biden met with Chinese President Xi Jinping in San Francisco yesterday, and the two reportedly talked about Russia-Ukraine, Israel-Gaza, North Korea, Taiwan, fentanyl, human rights, fair trade and economic relations, and artificial intelligence. This FP op-ed article said not to put much into it, just like I'd say about the Xi-Putin meetings. These guys are just like business executives. They go to meeting after meeting. But as far as we're concerned, not much still gets on target as far as the bottom line, which for us is human rights and the bottom dollar. Also, you may not have seen it highlighted much in mainstream media, but Blinken actually met with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas recently, about a week or so ago. Again, don't expect anything tangible to come from this except the photo op. But I want to point out and highlight for all the anti-Israeli crowd that one won't find a recent photo of Abbas shaking hands with anyone from Iran, Syria, or Yemen. Abbas may have met Bashar al-Assad last year, but I can't find confirmation of this, and the last time they met prior to that was 2009, before Assad was a regional pariah to be ridiculed. With the meeting of Abbas and Blinken, the die seems to be cast. Palestine appears to be accepting Big Brother US and UN partnership and aid, not any aid or partnership from Iran, Syria, or Yemen. This may partially include Saudi and Gulf states partnership, and they may be leveraging the situation as a proxy that helps continue their catapult to modernization and development above and beyond that of the Shia Crescent and North Africa. I shared this peer-reviewed document with Preston Stu recently via email. I know he's seen it, but I don't know if he's had a chance to review it. I believe it's available via Google Scholar, but it highlights IDF knowledge of Hamas tunnel systems, and this foreign policy article corroborates that IDF may not have to fight in the tunnels and may have alternative strategies and tactics. This article came out November 3rd, and it's titled How Israel Plans to Defeat Hamas in Gaza. The IDF hopes to eliminate the group's commanders and infrastructure without fighting block to block or in the tunnels. The IDF strategy appears to be a trained and rehearsed method of intelligence gathering via tunnel engineers, and likely with robots, drones, and mass sensors like I previously reported, then intelligence-driven raids, and then holding cleared pockets while planning for the next intel-driven raids. I want to point out that the article illustrates the IDF's ability to successfully adapt under fire to the battlefield surprise of the tunnels in 2014. So I found it interesting to see how much intel on the situation Israel had and maybe should have had prior to October 7th before the attack in Israel. But I've sufficiently covered the Israeli intelligence failure of October 7th previously, and I stand by that assessment. Also, here's a video of IDF delivering aid inside Gaza, and the stories continue to emerge that Hamas and other militants fire upon Gazans trying to evacuate while IDF protects those Gazans. A very different picture than what the leftist, communist, anti-Americans would have us believe. Additionally, keep in mind, Israel has declared war, and they have jus bellum, or in other words, this is a just war. They don't have to agree to any pause or ceasefire. My bet is that we will see the first Hamas leaders outside of Gaza struck down by the end of this year, and I'm at a coin toss as to whether it's going to be an accident or a theatrical assassination. Al Jazeera reported recently that hundreds of people are supposedly getting fired from their jobs, mostly at private companies, for support of Palestine. To fire someone simply over support of Palestine seems a bit harsh, but private companies these days do use employment at will more and more. And are they simply supporting Palestine, or is there something more to it? Is there somewhere where we can see the names and the circumstances? Also, there was a Palestinian support and ceasefire support protest in New York City at the DNC, where they reportedly got brutally attacked by police. In one of my previous posts, somebody made a comment mentioning that they heard a rumor that Yasser Arafat was linked to the KGB. I also heard, and this is just rumor, I can't confirm it, but Arabs told me that he owned various companies to include cement and construction elements that would be engaged in construction or reconstruction after battles. Plus, he was a key figure in the arms smuggling into that area to many of the groups, to include the Druze. The Arab joke of that time was that he met with, I can't remember if it was Walid Jumblat or his brother, but he met with Jumblat, Jumblat told Arafat that he wanted new Russian arms and parts, not old Russian arms and parts that sometimes misfired, to which Arafat said, at least the rifles don't have dead man inscribed on the buttstocks. That's Abu Maut in Arabic, and it became a joke during the Lebanese Civil War. As I've previously mentioned, many in the culture kill who they can, not who they want. I've also seen an interview with a Palestinian who said he doesn't care if it's Christian, Jew, Sunni, Shia, Druze, he'll just kill anybody. And I know it's a huge cultural challenge Islam is battling with, but if the world as a whole wants to progress, the supposedly honorific kill who you can and the perpetual victim or martyr mentality has to eventually be eliminated.